I was already driving a pretty long distance to get to this work in this company, and that was kind of taking a toll on me. About after the 4th year or so, I was kind of experiencing some burnout, you know, and I wasn't really feeling challenged like I wanted to be, and I was having a hard time just kind of dealing with you know, the day-to-day standard routine stuff. And due to the long drives, if I'd be stopped in traffic, and I would actually sketch out, you know, cool little designs that I saw on other cars that were parts of that car that attracted, you know, me to the car. So to me, every car has like some little aspect to it that is interesting, and I wanted to capture all of those, you know, little components that made that car that car. I didn't want to copy a car. I wanted to capture the essence of the car, whether it was a curve or, you know, a styled vent, or maybe, you know, how the wheels sat into the car, or whatever it was. Okay, so this is my workspace where I do most of the design work for the car and do all of my daily other work. This is, you know, the spot that I get my inspiration from, and just kind of work late at night, working on the computer and coming up with alternate ideas for some of the designs. Since I've gone through so many variations of the car, here I can kind of make those changes in the 3D world, and then go and see how they look before I kind of apply that to the real world, kind of that 1-to-1 scale. So on my YouTube videos, I've been doing the videos for, gosh, I guess a little over 3 years now. And it started off really slow. I just did, you know, a couple of videos just to do it and see, you know, how it would go. And I really wanted to, I guess I kind of felt the need, because I had such a hard time finding the information on how to go through this process, that I really wanted to share what I had and just tell people and kind of be open, almost like an open source project in a sense, and just put the information out there and say, okay, this is how I do it. I know it's not perfect, or it's not the, you know, possibly the correct way, but I don't really know if there is a specific correct way to do something like this. So this is kind of the home of the Blade project, which is here in my my personal garage. Basically, kind of one of the big things people think about this is like the actual car, and it's not. It's the main body buck or plug, whichever you want to call it. But this is what all the molds will be taken from. So this is really kind of like a big model or a big dummy car. And underneath this is still, you know, wood and foam in some places, and others it's not. You know, we're using real parts off of other cars just to, again, save on cost. You know, I got my brakes. So these are my brakes for the car, which are just kind of dirty and trashed out. So that's like a $1,200 part that will go in and end up being the clutch and the brake and the accelerator. So it's what's going in a car, but I just kind of have everything sitting around because I don't have the space to put it. So that's what one of the things I'm trying to figure out. This area is where I'm working on the dash using this industrial modeling clay, and this is all the shavings that come off as I work with the clay. So this stuff is like gold to me, because it's very expensive clay, and I can't waste any of it. So I just take it and I remelt it down and all that using a little toaster oven. Actually my wife's toaster oven. So I have to buy her a new toaster oven.
We actually met through a mutual friend in high school, and he was like my best friend our senior year. And When we separated for the summer after graduation, he had an amazing convertible top on his Mustang, and I wanted to come by and see it, and that was a really good way to make a connection.
It's always the cars, man.
We started talking and you know, wound up spending a fortune in phone bills that summer because he was working out of town. But that was the summer of '91, and we've been together ever since. Neil started contracting as a web developer and graphics designer in the late '90s, early 2000s, and he was
Right.
doing very, very well. And we decided to start trying to have a baby, and 9/11 happened.
That was one of those life-changing moments when that happened, because a lot of my clients were aviation companies, and you know, I was kind of at the height of my self-employment career, I guess, and then it just crashed, like just bombed out big time.
It was a blessing that he was home, but it was a difficult transition. I mean, he stayed up with the baby all night. He took care of him. He worked with his clients, doing, you know, all his graphics design work all through the night. And he's a night owl.
Yeah.
So I'm used to him having that freedom.
Before kids, I used to have a whole bunch of hot rods, and during that time, you know, I made a decision to pretty much give up a lot of my cars and get, you know, all responsible and
Be
you
a
know,
grown-up.
yeah, just be a grown-up and try that out for a little while. Okay, on your mark, get ready, get set, go. So, you know, throughout my life, cars have always been part of me somehow, and I think part of it came from my family. And I grew up with my mom, who was real big into cars, and married her husband at that time that was a big, you know, old school hot rodder guy. You know, my passion for cars started off when I was around, you know, 5 or so years old, and just fell in love with all the Hot Wheels back in the day. Cars were were everything at that point to me, and just loved all the different designs and everything at that point.
Here's a little machine thing. No, he can use these. I'm not really gonna need these. He can use them. And this is one of the senator people, like this guy in my book. See, except it's the different color. This is the box that when I tried to open it, I was so excited that I ripped the entire back off.
Yes, you did.
And
I think parents want their kids to take on and like the things that they like, but I think rarely it happens. And with him, he really, you know, he likes Airwolf, he likes Knight Rider, he likes all those old 80s shows that I grew up with, you know, and I see so much myself in him, and he, you know, wants to know how everything works, is full of questions nonstop, and he gets his little Legos out and he'll pretend to build little components and things that are similar to like what I'm trying to do on a car sometimes, and then he's in his own little world of Star Wars or whatever it would be, and he definitely shows some of those same creative interests and traits.
when I build things because it just helps me focus on a lot of these things, a lot of these things. Okay.
So what do you like about building, Ethan?
That I could build anything I want. What I'm really focusing on in real life is building a time machine.
Why do you want to go back in time?
I don't want to go back in time. I want to go forward in time. How? To see if you can be carried in a bubble. Because I want to know that.
In a bubble?
Yeah, if you can be in a bubble instead of your shoes just popping it and you fall. And I want to see if like a real life bubble, like something to blow out a little bubble thing, bubble blower, one of those. You could Ow, my head hurts.